Sonny Donnelly, IFL TV, in association with MGM Marbella. I'm here at Trinity House in Tower Hill today for the Bad Intentions press conference. Today was the presser for Chris Eubank Jr. versus Spike O'Sullivan, and with me now is Spike O'Sullivan's trainer, PASCAL Collins. PASCAL, you've done a lot of talking today.
Yeah, like funny enough, I don't do Twitter, and I believe this banter's going back and forth with Chrissy and Spike, and basically got them both into a big fight and a big payday, so it worked. Spike, although he likes to crack it, he's a very quiet, personal kind of guy, and I wasn't like trying to, do the talking for him, but I was trying to keep the press conference going, and I was just stating facts. Like the comment made about, how good they thought Eubank was in the gym, and I read something recently about Andy Lee made a comment about Spike and Chris Eubank Jr. about, I don't know what the whole conversation was, but he basically related to them not being great fighters, and him and Billy Joe Saunders was going to be a great fight. It was nothing meant towards Andy Lee. It's basically just, comments he made, and going back to him being in the gym with Chris, so just taking and kind of putting two and two together, saying like maybe Chris in the gym where you can see guys at their best isn't that great at all. I to be honest with you, it didn't come out like it should have sounded, but I think what Andy Lee meant was that him and Billy Joe Saunders should be getting the praise and the credit for two world-class fighters, in a world title fight than Spike and Billy Joe. I think that's just what he meant, but I just basically used it as a ploy to try wind up Adam Booth, and
it worked because when you said that, when you mentioned Andy Lee's name, his face dropped.
Yes, of course, but I'm clever.
So you meant to do that?
Of course I did, yeah. I just want to go under skin too. If Spike doesn't do it, I'll do it. And as I say, I don't do it in a way to be personal. When I studied psychology, that's what I did. I've done in America, and I've done in Ireland, and I try and get under people's skin. And the reason why I've done this was because, when my brother fought his dad, Steve, he basically psyched him out in the first fight. And I thought, well, this works. So while I was boxing in America, I went to school out there to study psychology, and I say Spike's quiet and he doesn't get into too much, but I would try and get under the skin. I would use little things, and I don't mean to use Andy Lee's name, because Andy Lee is, in my eyes, is a true gent of the game and great fighter. Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I'm doing it to wind up his camp. And
do you think Andy Lee might be a little bit, I don't know, pissed off
with what I said?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, I don't think he will, because it's just it's a comment he made. He made a comment, and I just took it out of context a little bit. But if a man's getting the edge over Chris and his camp, I'm sure Andy will understand, because he's a fighter too, and you try and psych out your opponents and you try and get the edge on them. And, Spike, Chrissy can talk, and he was doing the talking today, and Spike was quiet, and he was trying to undermine Spike a little, I thought, and trying to get the upper hand. So if I got to jump in there and make a comment that was made by Andy to kind of piss them off, I'm going to do it. He's my fighter. Spike's my fighter, and I care about Spike, and I don't mean to insult Andy. And I don't think Andy will be insulted by what I said. I don't think he will, but he is. I do apologise right now here, and I feel don't mean to insult him. I think he's a great fighter, and I do understand where Andy's coming from too. Like I say, see you lads, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. So, but I'm talking to you about it, so obviously worked.
Yeah. What do you make of Chris refusing to do the head-to-head due to Spike kissing his last opponent?
That's bullshit. I mean, Spike, out of 23 fights, kissed one opponent because that opponent was abusing him, and Spike's reaction was not to abuse him back, was give him a kiss, and people were kind of taken back by it. So it was just clever on Spike's behalf. I just don't think Chris wants to stand head-to-head with Spike. I really don't think he does. And is it a ploy? I don't know. To be honest with you, I think you need press conferences to sell fights. You do, but really to cut out all this crap.
I think the fight sort of sells itself, because people do want to watch Chris Eubank Jr. It's like people want to watch Anthony Joshua. He's a selling point.
Well, people want to watch Chris Eubank Jr. because of his dad. His dad was a star, and they're hoping that another star is born with Chris Eubank Jr. because his dad was great. He was colourful. He was TV friendly, and my brother Steve, was in two great fights with him, and only for Chris Eubank Sr. being such a high profile, you know, he wouldn't have got the exposure he got by beating him. So, you know, going back to Andy and Billy Joe, like unfortunately certain TV stations like don't get the exposure like Sky do, and Andy and Billy Joe on Sky would be huge, and it comes down to TV companies and like the money the TV companies pay for these big fights, the likes of Sky pay are huge. It's colossal, and I think he's a little bit aggrieved by it, Andy, and I understand where he's coming from. And you know, I took what he said out of context and used to wind him up. You know, it's not personal, like I said.
Well, you apologise, so I'm sure he'll be fine about it.
I know Andy, you know, I've met him on a couple of occasions. I don't know him personally, we've met a couple of occasions, spoke a couple of times. He knows where I'm coming from. He knows, you know, I've never said a bad word about him, and I didn't speak a bad word about him. I just, you know, I'm just trying to wind them up back because they're getting the edge there, I thought, at the press conference, so they had to be kind of put back in their little box, you know.
Well, it was a colourful press conference, and I'm sure there'll be another one before the fight. I'm sure there'll be a few more.
There will be one more, I think, the week after the fight. Prior to that, I think there's like open walkout, stuff like that. But, you know, it's part of the game, it's part of selling fights, and you know, that's just the way it is, you know. It's just, let's get the fight on.
Let's get the fight on. December the 19th, December the 12th, do apologise.
Billy Joe.
That's right.
And actually
too many fights going on.
My brother Steve is doing commentary for Andy and Billy Joe anyway. My brother Steve is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, for BoxNation now, so I'm sure you can apologise to Andy from me.
I can apologise for getting the dates wrong as well. There's so much going on around that time.
Yes.
But I'm sure it'll be a great fight whenever it happens. Best of luck with the rest of the camp.
Thanks very much.
And I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers, mate. Thank you.